Plenty of downpours this morning. We're getting a little break from the rain, but more rain could be on the way. Meteorologist Kat Campbell in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Right now, Apex looks dry.
Yes, and this area had over an inch of rain in parts of Apex earlier this morning. It has been a very, very wet July for many of us out there. A little break in the rain right now across Wake County. No showers around Raleigh, but we do have some development that we're watching, mainly in our northern counties. Just a shower that's dissipating over Anger to the south. So let's focus in on the north. Just south of Roxborough, we do have some rain falling all the way up toward northern Durham County. As we head to the east, we've got some rain starting to move away from Lewisburg now, and we do have some showers up by Lake Gaston that we're watching. No lightning at the moment, but you see that red right there? That's pretty heavy rain that's going to be falling over Lake Gaston over the next hour or so. The big issue here, these storms are slow movers. They don't have a lot of upper level wind to push them along, and that's the flooding risk again today. I know we sound like a broken record, but check out this map. The percent of rainfall over the past 30 days. See all the blue on the map here? That's 200% of normal. And as you get into Orange County, Chatham County, right around Chapel Hill, and even up into here where it's blank, that's about 300% of normal rainfall for the past month. These numbers are incredible. Even for the summer months around here, we do see flash flooding a lot in the summer months, but it's usually a spot or two. It's been pretty widespread for us lately. And over the last 24 hours, Chatham County, right over Jordan Lake, got hit the hardest over toward Goldston in the southern part of the county. And of course, western Wake County also saw some pretty heavy rain for Morrisville and Apex. As we move ahead this afternoon, Futurecast doesn't do a great job with the location of storms during the summer months, but you can kind of get a better idea of the coverage of storms. And I do think we're going to see another uptick this evening, probably closer to about 4 o'clock, and that'll linger through dinner time and then gradually fade once we get past sunset tonight. Things should quiet down for us as we head into the overnight hours again. Let's take a look at the afternoon forecast. If you're trying to get in a walk, you should be good around the triangle right now. It's hot, temperatures near 90 degrees. Tomorrow, we're back to about a 50% chance of storms. The coverage of thunderstorms will go down Thursday and Friday. When we're talking about summertime rain chances, this means about half of us will see storms tomorrow. Thursday and Friday, a little less than half of our viewing area. We got to talk tropics. I am shocked that this only has a 40% chance of developing. We are already seeing pretty hefty development on satellite imagery. I would not be shocked if this becomes Dexter. It is going to slowly meander to the west and would likely have pretty minimal impact on us here in North Carolina. It wouldn't be a direct impact, but we could see a little bit of moisture. I'll talk more about that coming up in the next half hour. Today remains a WRAL Weather Alert day due to the flood risk. Once we get to tomorrow, we're back to scattered summertime storms, and then by the end of the week, the bigger heat builds back in. Highs in the mid-90s, lows only in the upper 70s. That's when you know it's about as muggy as it gets in the summer here in North Carolina.
And our morning storms dumped a good amount of rain in some parts of the viewing area. And I know the Lake Gaston area, they had a flash flood warning this morning.
And they've got more rain coming down now that they're dealing with, unfortunately, some thunder and lightning in here. So it really is unsafe for people to be out on the water. Luckily, this boat here is docked and people have headed inside to safety. But you can see some heavier rain even in the distance, some lightning, and this extends through much of Lake Gaston here. And when you look at the rain, it's kind of tracking parallel to the lake, so there's more on the way. And we are also watching some showers that have popped up in other parts of the state. These are right along the North Carolina-Virginia border where we've got the bulk of the activity. It's not big areas of rain like we had this morning, but it is some pretty heavy rain between Roxborough and Durham right now. We've got that falling. That's going to be moving towards Stem and Creedmoor eventually. It's moving very slowly. At Roanoke Rapids, you've got some heavy rain moving in as well. To our southern counties, not much left, just one tiny shower there closer to Carthage. The main threat today is flooding, a low to medium flood risk in our area. The wind threat low, along with hail and tornadoes. So we're really going to be watching those rainfall rates for you throughout the day and local rivers, streams, and lakes. Hour by hour storm chances are likely to ramp back up a little bit as we get into the evening hours tonight, but they should be fading before midnight for most of us. And we're stuck in this setup all week long. We've got a lot of moisture moving in from both the Gulf and the Atlantic. quick, and they just slide on up into North Carolina, and then you've got these pieces of energy that swing in ahead of a front. It all combines to create this messy flood risk with scattered storms each day. Temperatures are sitting in the 80s right now, 82 in Fuquay-Varina, 87 at RDU, 83 in Clayton, and 87 in Chapel Hill. Some of us could get a break from the 90s, not by much, we're talking by a degree, but it may at least be 89 in Chapel Hill, Durham, Holly Springs, and Zebulon today instead of 90. We'll take what we can get in July in North Carolina. 91 the high tomorrow, with the heat index climbing back into the triple digits, but the heat is ramping back up. We could be back closer to heat advisory criteria, especially by Friday and Saturday, mid-90s with heat indices nearing that 105 number. We're also watching the tropics. We could see some tropical development in the Gulf, and this would be named Dexter if it develops. I think that 40% chance of developing will be going up in the coming days. I think it's got a better chance than that of developing. Not a lot of steering influence. It's going to kind of meander to the west before eventually perhaps recurving to the north. But let's talk about North Carolina, whether or not we could see impacts. So you've got the dark purples, the dark reds. That's where you've got all that tropical moisture from a potential tropical system. As it makes its way up the Gulf, notice the Gulf states are still in those deeper shades, but for us here in North Carolina, we just have the red. So we do get a little bit of an influx of moisture from it, but it's not a direct impact, and it would very unlikely be one. Today is a WRAL Weather Alert day due to the flood potential. Once we get to the end of the week, the heat ramps up. Scattered storm chances stick around every single day on our 7-day forecast. Jeff and Renee.